drove from Florida. Okay, we're gonna start right now. Child's pose. Get my video. Okay, there we go. You want this blue one? Yeah. Okay, child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes together. Energetically reach your arms forward. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a loud, full, complete exhale breath out. And then this morning, practice dropping your seat back. Yeah, like slide your seat towards the far skinny edge of your mat. And then as you do that, slide your arms a little bit more forward. And then look for space. I think this whole practice was designed for us to just find space. And some days we need more space in our bodies. And some days we need more space in our minds. So wherever that is today, that's what the goal is. Now begin the Ujjayi breath. Inhalation is through the nose to the back of your throat. Exhalation continues through the back of your throat. Spread the palms a little wider, make more of a connection, and then here we go. We're gonna curl the toes, lift the hips, and come to a dog. So as you arrive into your first downward facing dog for this morning, make sure your hands are as wide as the mat. Yeah, index fingers are forward. Creases of the wrist are forward. And then soften behind your knees, like bend your knees a lot today, actually. Bend them so they hover, like it looks like this. Yeah. And then when you're here, plug the hands down and broaden your shoulders. And what I mean by broaden your shoulders is pull them away. Yeah. And then spread the toes, start to lift the hips. And as you lift the hips, let the head go. And then spread your toes really wide, like almost so that you're only on the padded part of your feet. And then replant the toes. Keep a soft bend behind your knees. Draw your waist up. And then really feel like you can plug down, like you're using the sides of your body to plug you down into the mat. Let the head go. And then right here, I know for me in my practice, finding a dristi, a point of focus, is a challenge. So see what you can do. You may find your dristi shifts and it moves, and that's normal. Feel the thumbs, the index fingers, the baby fingers, and then really focus on your outer arms. Wrap them in. And remind yourself, bend behind your knees as much as you need. Lift your waist up, let the ribs coil in a little. And then let the flow of breath just happen. And in this moment of stillness, let your body just absorb. Roll forward to plank. And from down dog to plank for the first one, I generally find I need to walk it out. Like it's not right. It's not right yet. Sometimes it's never right. Things are never going to be right. Plant your palms, but we're not going to go there. Roll the weight forward onto the tippy toes. Let the gaze pull forward. And know the modification. Just drop your knees. Some days you get to your mat, you just don't want to work as hard. Feel your body and its alignment right here. This is your best version of standing up tall. Make sure your hips aren't saggy. Lift them up. There you go. More weight moves forward. Activate from the ground up. And then fix your eyes for the next few breaths. Just fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Maybe on the sounds around you. Drop your knees right here. Let your toes uncurl and let the tops of the feet anchor. Bring your weight, slide it forward about an inch, and then bend your elbows in half. So from your knees to your shins to the tops of your feet, press down, bring your gaze just a little forward, and then re-straighten your arms to supported plank. We'll do this a bunch of times this morning. Rebend your elbows, supported chaturanga, with your knees, your shins, and the tops of the feet anchoring. So press the tops of the feet. There you go. Straighten your arms, supported plank. Keep going. Gaze forward, bend your elbows, supported chaturanga. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Again, bend your elbows, supported chaturanga. Keep your neck long. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Keep your right hand where it is. Turn your right leg out. So just do the best you can with this. And then you're going to go into a modified side plank. You have to drop your right knee in a little bit more, and you're on your right hand. Keep your left leg down like a warrior two. Yeah, so the turn of your left toes a little bit. And then fire up the left arm. As you look up, let the two shoulder blades go out on top of one another. And feel from your waist, your bottom waist, lift that up. So finding a lot of support in this morning's practice, not needing to go so deep. Look to the floor, left hand comes down, come back to this tabletop position, slide the left knee underneath the hip, left palm down. You may need to turn the foot out a little, and then right foot turns in into a warrior two stance, supported side plank. Keep the left tricep bicep really engaged, stagger the two arms on top of one another, look up. So focus on your right leg, press it down. Good, take another big breath in, lift from your bottom waist, look towards the sky. Look to the floor, right hand down, tabletop position is where we're gonna meet. Curl the toes back into the mat, press the hands down, hover the knees an inch. Yeah, press down, let the shoulders move away, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let the head just go. Now we'll roll forward to plank. Let your body realign itself from all that. Bend your elbows in half to a chaturanga. If you need to support, you support today. Bring your weight more forward. Yeah. Lead with your heart and chest for your first up dog. You can opt out of up dog and take cobra, or skip it all together. Press to the tops of the feet, press the hands down. Downward facing dog from your hips, up and back. Good, look to the top of the mat. You're just gonna take two big steps this morning to get there. When you arrive, your feet are about hips width. Come to the fingertips, long spine, or opt for hands on shins, but keep your weight forward. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Do that again. Come to the fingertips or hands on your shins, weight forward. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Root to rise, come all the way up, energetically reach. Drag your hands to prayer at heart center. Drop your arms, look forward, just feel for a second. So you have a choice this morning. You can keep your feet hips width distance or you can slide them together, so it's up to you. Stretch the arms straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Take it slow, plant your palms. Two big steps to get you back to plank. Bend your elbows in half to a chaturanga. Drag your chest through for a slow up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we're moving with intention. We're moving with purpose. We're not letting our body just flop around the mat. Press down through your hands. Look where you want to go. Two big steps to the top. Long spine on the inhale, weight is forward. Exhale, fold over yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Feel the ground, contract the thighs. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Let's keep going like this. Stretch the arms up, just feel. Dive over bent knees. Move with intention. Long spine to prepare. Plant your palms. You can step. You can float if you want to. Chaturanga. Upward facing, point. Downward facing back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Just let it kind of flow. Press through your hands. Look where you want to go. You can step. You can float your feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Hands to prayer at heart. It's going to get warm in here. Stretch the arms up. I can feel it coming for us. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. You can step, or float to a chaturanga. So as you bend your elbows halfway, decide if you need your knees down today. Up dog opens you, fire up your thighs, press to the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing. Each one starts to get better, and if it's not, just convince yourself. Look where you want to go. Step or float, feet to the top. Long spine, forward fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer at heart center. Just drop your arms right here. Feel your feet on the floor with your feet, hips width distance or together. Stretch the arms straight up. Just stand really tall. Feel your thigh bones contract. Feel your waist lift. Then go ahead and just sit into a chair. So as you sit into your chair pose, move your weight back into your heels. Let your thigh bones slide back. Yeah. Lift your chest up. Actually, go ahead and cactus your arms this morning. Yeah, pull the shoulder blades apart. Squeeze the upper thoracic spine, and then see if you can drop down a little deeper. Then from your elbows to your fingertips, start to straighten your arms. Move your eyes forward. I find if I move my eyes a little forward, I can get down a little deeper. Move the weight back, more breath. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step, step, or float through vinyasa. Your elbows bend, only take it halfway though. Up dog slides you through. Downward facing dog presses you back. Glide your right foot forward into a low lunge and pause. Yeah, just have your fingertips down. Arrange your feet so they work out for you today. Be on your fingertips here and then hover the fingertips if you can. Steer with your right hip back, left thigh contracts. No, you can always modify with your bottom knee down. Totally fine. Drag your chest through your body. It's kind of like an up dog. Cactus the arms. Why not? Yeah, we got nothing to lose here. If you feel like all the weight is dumping into your front hip, good. Engage the lower half of the body. So scissor the thighs together and steer with your feet and your legs. So less pressure all in one spot. Good. Start to lift your torso up. Slide your arms up. Good. And if you need to drop your knee, you do so. Look forward and breathe. Hip points lift. Gaze looks up a little. Try and lift with your chest rather than with your neck. Sit a little deeper. Hands come down to frame your front foot. You're just going to step to a plank. That's it. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Move with purpose. Up dog slides you through. Downward facing dog presses you back. Land your left foot forward. Get it all the way forward and through. Maybe walk it a little to the left. Yeah, be on your fingertips here. So your left hip needs to kind of move back. So move it back, activate the leg, come to the fingertips and hover. I like this because this kind of checks in. Like, am I being lazy? Am I just requiring my lower half of the body to flop? Lift the chest, slide the heart forward and through a little. Steer with the legs, activate the back right thigh bone. Nice, Nancy. Cactus the arms. Grip the outer hips in, draw the waist up, start to lift your torso. As your torso comes up, your arms then slide up. Gaze moves forward. Back leg strong. Yeah. Hip points forward if you can. You may even need to take a little bend in your back knee. Energetically feel the ground and then reach up more with your fingertips. Let your eyes move up. Another big breath in. Hang with it. Hands to the floor. Step to a plank. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Upward facing point. Downward facing back. Right foot steps forward. Back foot turns on its side. Pause for a second. Steer your right hip back. Back foot's in a warrior one stance. Right hip steers back. Left thigh turns forward. Arms reach back this time. Yeah, and if warrior one doesn't work for your body today, crescent lunge again. Grip your outer hips in. Think of your left waist, pulling it forward. Yeah. Anchor through your feet, then rise up warrior one. When you come to warrior one, sometimes we need to slide our right foot forward a little. Yeah. Lift the waist, look forward. Yeah, you can try this. Cactus the arms here. Draw the shoulder blades back together. See if your left side body can move a little bit more forward and then slide the arms back up. Good, do that again. Cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades together. Draw the arms up. One more. Cactus the arms, hug in. Stretch the arms straight up. Good. Hands to the floor. Vinyasa or not. Up dog should feel good if you're taking it. Downward facing dog back. Land your left foot forward. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Pause for a second. Yeah. Steer your left hip back. Activate your back leg. Draw your arms back. Taking everything in steps. Right side of the body needs to move forward a little. And then you can really feel that movement. Press through your feet. Start to sweep your arms forward and up, warrior one. Once you get there, maybe you need to take a little longer step, slide that foot forward and through a little. Right ribs turn forward, back leg strong. And you just come to your breath and the feeling that it's creating. Cactus the arms right here, squeeze the shoulder blades together, let the chest kind of lift. Eyes move up, stretch the arms up. Just do this a few times. Cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades in, imagine something in between your hands. Stretch the arms up. Press to the outer blade of your back Cactus the arms, squeeze. Stretch the arms straight up, lift from your waist. Hands come to the floor, plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing slides you through. Downward facing presses you back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Press through your hands, look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale, weight is forward. Exhale, fold with your feet together or not, you choose chair pose. Think less depth, but more like where are you going in the pose, which is nowhere. Most of the time, you're not going anywhere. Hate to break it to you. Lift your chest. Yeah. Feel the weight in your heels. Nice work. Press all the way up to stand. Drag your hands to prayer. Putting it all together, arms by side, body, feel the ground. Arms reach up, sit into chair. Good, dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step or float through your vinyasa. Make this work for you this morning. Up dog pulls you through. Downward facing dog presses you back. Right foot forward, back foot on an angle, or crescent lunge if that's what you're taking, totally cool. Rise warrior one, looks good. Hands come down, plank. Skip the vinyasa, you can always go right back to a dog. The slower you go, the better you'll get. Left foot forward, back foot on an angle, or crescent, warrior one. Hands come down, plank. Vinyasa or not. Upward facing, yeah, I like that. Downward facing. Press through your hands, look where you want to go, step or float, feet to the top, nice and light. Long spine, mine wasn't so light. Fold over yourself, sit into a chair. Look forward. Yeah. Press all the way up, hands to prayer. Just like this again, stretch the arms up, look forward, sit again into a chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step or float through your vinyasa. Upward facing, downward facing. Right foot forward, back foot on an angle, warrior one. Anyone who's practicing outside should be getting sweaty right now because there's humidity in the air. Yeah. Hands come down, plank. Chaturanga, up dog. Downward facing, looks good, Dara. Left foot forward, back foot on an angle, warrior one. Hands come down, plank. Feel your vinyasa if you're taking it. Yeah, up dog. Downward facing, be still. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Leave it behind. We're going to do another one because there's so much fun today. Look where you want to go. Step or float, feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Sit again into a chair. Weight moves into your heels. Press all the way up to stand. Drag your hands to stand. Here we go. Stretch the arms up. Lower your seat. Like really thick. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step or float, vinyasa or not. Upward facing, downward facing. Right foot forward, back foot on an angle, warrior one. Awaken, hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, back foot on an angle, warrior one. Hands to the floor, plank. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. In your down dog, bring your feet together for me. So it's like envision one leg. Yeah. Just pause there for a second. Good. Roll forward to plank in this one leg version. And then just hover your right foot an inch. Just hover it an inch and flex your right foot strongly. And as you do that, plug the hands down, broaden the upper shoulder blades, bring your gaze forward, hold. Lower the right foot, just lower it, hold. Lift the left foot just an inch, flex the foot. Just getting the hips into the socket. Plug down a little more, hold right here. Lower the left foot, pause. Lean onto your right hand for a side plank Vashisthasana. Modify if you need to. Just keep it really basic today. Either stack the 2 feet, stagger the feet, or opt for what I taught you early. Knee down. Lift a little higher from your bottom hip, from your waist. Let your eyes move up. Gaze to the floor, plank with your feet together, pause. With your feet together, bend your elbows halfway. With your feet together, keep your gaze forward. Re-straighten your arms. With your feet together, lean onto your left hand, side plank. You thought it was a really simple class, and all of a sudden it sneaks up on you. Slide the right arm up. Know what you need. Drop the knee if you need to. Lift from the side of your body. Spark up your toes, your thighs. Let the 2 arms slide up. And then look up. Stay together. Bring your weight more forward. Do the slow, bend your elbows, chaturanga. With your feet together, roll through an up dog. Try it. Top of the feet press down. Ankles squeeze together. Hips up and back, down dog. Your feet are still together. Look forward in between your hands. Land your right foot forward and through. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Circle open, warrior 2. Work out your feet here. Yeah. Rounding across the upper body. Feel the strength of your back leg. Let your tailbone drop. Up and down. What I mean by that is your waist in between your 2 hips. So you're turning forward. Your 2 hips here. Down the 2 shoulders, nicely over the hips. Arms, I'm experiencing 2. So I feel something. Deeper. Right hand up. You're going to very slowly reverse the warrior. I don't teach this often because a lot of times people go right into their low back. So it's just a very subtle reach back with your right arm. As you do this, straighten your right leg about 3/4 of the way. Don't go pin straight. Yeah, to keep a little bend. Lift up out of your waist. Good. You're going to rebend your leg, and now you're going to float your right arm to your right thigh and wrap your left arm forward if you can. So it's a modified extended side angle. Your right arm is a very light accessory. Yeah, and the bottom right ribs turn as your right glute hugs underneath you. Alignment looks great. Now, up doesn't feel good in your body. Just have it straight towards the sky, or you can always slide it to your hip. Deeper in a moment. Let that pull you up, warrior 2, no bounce. No. Front thigh, reverse the warrior subtly. Straighten the front leg only 3/4 of the way, so you're really staying in the muscle. Rebend the thigh, float your right arm back to your thigh, wrap your left arm forward. Make it one. Right hand in warrior 2 and place your hand to the outside of your foot. So we did that 2 times, and on the third, you're taking your hand to the outside of the foot or repeating what you just did, arm on the top of the thigh. So if your hand is now on the outside of your foot, you can use a block to help you. Take your left leg and make it strong. Straight up, slide your hand to your hip, look down. We're gonna float to a half moon. Use your block, move it out in front of you. Your hand is on your hip, your right foot is forward and strong. Then from here you grow. Spark up your left toes, stack your left arm up. Watch your right foot that doesn't turn. Yeah. Lift from your waist. If you're dying for the Chopasana, reach with your left hand, grab your left ankle, kick behind you, turn your bottom ribs. This is optional. You don't have to go there. Let your shoulder move into its socket. Just the regular half moon, leave it there. Lift from your inside half moon. Yeah. Bring both hands to the floor. Square your hips. Slide your feet so they touch together. So with your feet touching together at the top of your mat, you're just gonna kneel down and squat. So now you're squatting and your butt is close to your heels. From here, you're gonna move into crow. Plant your palms, bring your knees into your outer arms, just like this. You can stay down low and just practice really bearing very little weight here. So your toes may stay down, but keep the arches of your feet together. If you'd like to work on lifting one foot, maybe the other foot at a time, you do it subtly and you begin to work slow. Round your spine, draw your navel in, press into the floor. Good. Keep your weight forward. Round into your core more. Eventually we straighten our arms, we end up in crane or handstand. Another big breath in. Step or float through your vinyasa, however you get there. Pull yourself through an up dog, point your toes. Take a downward facing dog, hips press back. Look in between your hands, step your left foot forward, turn your back foot on an angle, warrior two. Yes, I just turned. I can see everyone. I got a system here. Open up forward. Years ago, I'd be teaching yoga from my living room. I would not have believed them. Right. Brought in your engine fast and just pause. The feeling that you are holding on to right here. Reach across with your right arm more. So use just as much strength with your front arm as your back arm. I open, so it's not turning in. Don't shift that at all. Just turn your left palm up. Reverse the warrior right here. Just reverse the warrior, etc. Straighten your left leg about 3/4 of the way. Onto the thigh and wrap your right arm forward. Straight up is optional. Yeah, whatever feels good. Soften the shoulder. The weight of your left arm is light. Left glute hugs in, feet are grounded. Right arm, pull back up, warrior two. Flip the palm again, reverse the warrior. Straighten the left leg only 3/4 of the way. Yeah. Rebend the leg, float the arm to the thigh, wrap the right arm up and forward. On the other side. Maybe it's your breath, maybe it's your focus. Right arm up, one more time, pull yourself up, warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior first, then straighten the leg 3/4 of the way. Rebend the leg, float the hand to the outside of the foot now. Extended side angle A. Third time's the charm. It's taking you deeper if that's what you need. Forward, yes. Or have your feet up with hand on hip. Doesn't matter. Or you can. You though, and really use your right leg. A few more. Forward, reach it straight up. Slide your hand to your hip just for balance. Move your block out in front of you. Float to your half moon on your left side. Keep your left foot forward and grounded. If you feel that you need that today. The kick doesn't go up, it goes behind you. So my right foot is behind my sacrum. If I could look up. To the floor, right hand comes down, square your hips. Slide your feet together at the top of the mat so they touch nicely. Sit deep into a chair. Yeah, sit deep into a chair. Move your weight back. Slide your hands to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath, hook the elbow, turn to the right. So as your elbow hooks, you can even stay up really upright if your low back is sensitive. You can also open up your arms and just really working on opening up the chest. So this is an option here that I'm showing if your low back doesn't feel great this morning. Hand can also go to the flat part of your back. If you're working in the full pose, hook the elbow and get in there. This is looking off the right shoulder towards the sky. Pull around to chair. Into your left leg and stand up with your right knee drawing in. So it looks like this. Now I'm on my left leg and my right leg is bent in half. Yeah. Into your hip. You're going to reach down with your right toe, your index finger and peace sign finger with your right hand and grab your big right toe. Hand can also slide to the front of your right knee as an option. Keep your wrist moving forward. Moving on. Extend your right leg forward if this is in your practice today. Draw the right shoulder down the back. Extends up. Do things in pieces. A little bend in it. Breathe through the leg that's moving forward. Keep the lift of the leg, guys. You're doing great. Keep the lift of the leg. You can keep the leg straight forward or bend it in half. Right arm reaches up. Reach higher. Drop your arms by your side body. Clasp your hands. And very slowly float the leg through for a warrior three. If you need blocks to aid you here, place both hands on the floor or onto blocks. So you're in a warrior three amended. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lift the chest up a little. Straight. Right leg strong and straight. It's not going to touch the floor. It's like a pendulum moving. It's just going to slide. It's going to hover the ground. My hands are still clasped. I'm lifting my right leg up. Good. Up. Lift the right thigh a little higher. Keep the arms lifted. Lower the right foot to meet the left. Pause. Sit into chair. Aren't we? Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. Pray that this is over soon. Hook the elbow. Turn to the left. Your right side of your body isn't moving to the left. Yeah, everything is really aligned. Tired or frustrated? Make it low. Pull around to chair. Keep your arms up. Now, the weight's going onto your right leg and your left leg is floating up, 90-degree angle. Take things in steps. Sometimes our balance is crummy, and this is where we stay in the practice. Good. Take your right hand to your hip just for a moment. Reach down with your left hand, grab your big toe, or just slide your hand to the front of the knee if this is where the practice is taking you. As you grab the big toe, remember the leg comes to you, you don't bend for it. Leg again extends forward if you have that range. One side of the body is different than the other. Draw the shoulder back into the socket, stand up tall. Looks good. Right arm extends up. Fix your eyes. Slow, and that's where we're gonna see the growth. Yeah. Leg that's going forward can have as much of a bend in it as it needs. You can keep the right arm up. Let the left arm join. Keep the lift of the leg, or you may need to bend it. Drop your arms, clasp opposite grip behind your back. Start to float the left leg through warrior three. Utilize blocks if you need it. Don't open your hips. Keep everything really squared. Flex the left toes, lift the chest a little bit. I'm finding that helpful. The leg does not touch, it stays straight. Start to stand up. The foot skims the floor, the leg lifts. Arms, draw the waist up. Lower the left foot, keep the arms up. Good. Just stand for a second and feel that. That was hard work. Hands to your hips. Step your left foot back and walk your right foot over to the right. So about 3, maybe 4 feet, depending on you. Good. Slide your hands up your back. This is reverse prayer. If this is unavailable, you could just grab opposite elbows. You could fist bump yourself. Inhale the breath, lift the chest, look up, press your feet, ground your legs, and then fold. Here. So practice by going deeper. Someone else to the left of me may only need to go this far, which is halfway. Steer from your feet, your legs, and your hips, and just get out of where you need to be and just be where you are. Draw your stomach over your front right thigh. Yes. And align yourself with your breath. Maybe you're able to get in a little deeper. Press strongly through your left foot. Good. Feel your feet press down strong. Your leg strength is there. Pull yourself slowly back up. Release your hands to your hips. Good. Keep your legs as they are. Bring your arms out wide. You may not have the space to do this, so you can cactus your arms. This is a good way to do it too. You can cactus the arms. Keeping your feet, your legs, and your hips all forward. Start to turn your torso just to the right. My arms are cactus still. Then here, from your elbows to your fingertips, straighten your arms. So I'm standing up really tall, and I'm reaching across the front side of my body, and I'm getting this fabulous opening. It's going to slide to the front of your right shin, or better yet, to a block, place it up at any distance that works for you. Right arm may feel great, reaching for the sky, or hand may need to slide to the flat part of your back. It's up to you. Kind of steering you, and then your right hip lifts up. And then back your right arm if you can. Great place to be. You can just stay here for another few breaths. If you'd like to try and travel to revolved Ardha Chandrasana, slide your right hand to the flat part of your back, move your block out in front of you. It's going to be right underneath my left shoulder. Pop up the left leg. Just do this much first. So kind of like the warrior three we just took. Start to look to the right, and then maybe the right arm lifts up. Squeeze the right hip underneath you. Keep the side of your body long, and then let your eyes move right and up. A little higher. Down. Fold over your right leg. Walk your fingertips to line up with your right toes or side blocks underneath both hands. Drape your torso down, let your head go. Don't open this hip. Keep the left leg squared off. Soften the shoulders down the back. Land your left foot hips width distance from your right. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull yourself up. Stand for a second. Let it go. So it's actually easier to start with your feet hips width distance. Yeah. Take your hands to your hips and then go ahead and slide your right foot back. We got to do the other side. I know it's that. Walk the left foot over. Yeah. So about 3 feet, maybe 4 if you're tall. Slide the hands up the back or pick the grip and do the opposite of what you did. Turn the right ribs forward. Lift the upper shoulder blades. Look up. Feel the feet and the legs, and then come forward. Looks good, Margaret. Yeah. And you're like, I cannot balance like this. Take that part of it out. Steer with your feet and legs. A few more. Think belly button over your front left thigh. Contract the muscles all around that back right knee, around your thigh muscles. Press strongly through your feet and your legs. When you start to come up slowly, nice and slow. Come to a standing position. Keep the legs the way they are. Just move your hands to your hips. Good. Bring your arms out. If you don't have the space for that cactus thumb like I'm doing today, really feel the upper chest bone stay lifted. Good. Begin to twist to the left. That's all you need to do. Slide the arms in half. Yeah. Stand up really tall. Back. Hand, slide the hand if you don't have a block today to the front of the shin. Make a connection here. If you do have a block, place it up high. I find when we get in this way, you're so much more open. Steer your left hip back. Scissor the thighs together. You can even take a smaller step. Take that back foot in like an inch closer. Make it easier for yourself. Less struggle, more just is where I am. This is how it is. Stay with it. Stay here, moving on to revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Your hand can go to the flat part of your back just for balance. Block moves out in front of you, back leg pops up. Do this much first. Check in, then start to look left, and then maybe the arm slides up. Lift from your inner back right thigh. Envision yourself in a warrior three. Essentially, that's what it is. Take your bottom ribs, keep turning them. Stack the two shoulders nicely. Spark up your right toes a little more and feel the right thigh bone lift. Two more. Look to the floor, take both hands down. Fold over your left leg. Don't worry about lifting your right hip up. Just keep it where it is and just see if you can walk your hands a little closer towards your toes. Blocks could be helpful. Let the head go, soften the shoulders. Come to the fingertips, long spine. This time, take a giant step back into a lunge. So your left leg is forward and your right leg is back. Plant your palms to the floor. Glide your left foot back into plank. Just do it slow. Bend your elbows in half to a chaturanga. Drag yourself to an up dog. Point your toes. Take a downward facing dog back. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge. Drop your knee, keep your toes curled into the mat today. Yeah, so the back leg's on an angle, the toes are curled. Sweep your arms up. Good. So my hip point is a little, so feel this. So if you pull your waist up and the leg has less of a bend, you feel that it's a different stretch, a little bit less stability. So I want you to sit into that front thigh, not into the knee, just into the thigh. So cactus the arms again for me, and then start to look to the right and turn. Good. Keep your right arm bent like this. Hook your left elbow, just like this. So hook the elbow. Slide the right arm back if you can, so it's like half, like a half bind. Yeah. Twist through the ribs and then look through your right hand. Pause here. So my back knee is down. My left elbow's hooked to the outside of my thigh. And my right arm is reaching back to the center of my mat. Grip your outer hips in. Now from here, you can go ahead and take both hands into a prayer. This is the full pose here, or you can just stay with that if that feels good. Back knee can lift up if you want more. Scissor the legs together, activate your back left thigh, look up towards the sky. Lean back a little, let the crown of the head line up with your back foot. You're in a full crescent twist here, or back knee is down and you're taking the half version. Pose. Back leg. Scissor the legs together a little more. Pause. Slide the right foot back, plank. Or just go right to a dog. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Pull yourself through an up dog point. Take a downward facing dog. Glide your left foot forward into a low lunge. Drop the back knee, have the knee in an angle. Pull yourself up. Keep the toes curled. Arms reach up. Cactus the arms. Start to turn the torso to the left. This is good because you can check in, like where am I able to twist? Just don't go for it. Keep the left arm like it is. Reach out with your right arm and hook it to the outside of the thigh. My left arm is bent in this cactus arm and my right arm is reached for the outer part of my thigh. Then straighten your arm out towards the back of the mat. Back knee still down. Good. Use the outer elbow to kind of press the outside of the thigh. That's reminding you that you don't want to wing out. Stay with this. This may be a good place to be today. If you'd like to move on, hands can come to a full prayer. Activate your back knee and lift it up into a crescent twist. The knee can also just stay down. Good. Lean back a little bit. Look sideways or look up. Yeah. Bring more weight forward. Stay with it. Start to move your eyes down, place both hands to the floor, step to a plank. In your plank position, firm everything up. Bring your eyes forward. You may need to drop your knees, bring your forearms down for a forearm plank. Let me show the modification here. So my forearms are down, I'm in forearm plank. If you want to modify, drop your knees, but you're not your chest. Like you started, press the tops of the feet down. So there's a strong anchor from my knees to my shins to the tops of my feet. This is a great alternative. Broadening across the upper shoulder blades, gaze is forward. If you're in the full deal, contract the thighs a lot, bring your weight forward. Good. Lean onto your right hand. The right arm might need to turn to the center of the mat a little. Forearm side plank. So some people having your right arm straight forward doesn't feel great. You may need to adapt it. Drop your bottom knee if this is too much. Wrap the left arm up and forward if you want more. Lift from the bottom ribs. Yeah. If you wrapped your arm forward, stretch it straight up. Look to the floor. Very slow transition forearm plank. Lean onto the left forearm. Adapt with the arm a little if you need to. It may need to turn in depending on the shoulders. Stack the 2 feet, stack the 2 hips. You can always drop the bottom knee. Right arm slides up. So for more core work here, arm's gonna wrap. Now I'm really lifting from my waist. If the arm wrap forward, stretch it straight up. Look to the floor, very slow transition, forearm plank. Good work. Keep your forearms down, start to walk your feet closer. 5 to 6 breaths in a dolphin pose. Keep the elbows in so they don't wing out too much, spread the palms wide. If you have a handstand or a forearm stand or some inversion in your practice, this would be the time to play with that. If you want to go to the wall, if you just want to stay here or drop your knees and go to an early child's pose. It's up to you. Let the head go. Plug into the mat. Nice work. You got it, Margaret. Just walk your feet in. Nice, Kristen. Take it even tighter with your feet. Like walk your feet even closer. There you go, because now you're going to start to stack. Yeah, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Child's pose is where we're going to meet. Child's pose is where we're going to meet. Nice work. Press up to a down dog. Yeah. Slide your right knee forward for a half pigeons. Before we go into our final back bending, let's take our hip opener right here. Right knee comes forward, half pigeon, and then fold. If you find your weight kind of rolling all the way to the right, just remind yourself that you want your left thigh to be down and the top of your left foot down. Switch. Just move through a dog or move through a tabletop, or if you're on your back or in another version, just go to the other side. Set yourself up here and then fold when you're ready. So Dara, try staying a little more. I see that you're more upright. You can take this little back bend. This is what I'm doing. It feels really nice. And I'm not folding yet. You're like, no. Start to notice your breath, your mind. Things are just calming and quieting. That's the goal. Finding that space. Last few breaths. Use the strength of your body. Start to come up, lean onto the left butt cheek, swing the right leg forward. You're gonna bend your knees in half, take your feet flat. Just take your hands to the front of the knees and check in, are you sitting up tall? Sit up really tall. I like my feet about hips width distance, and then decide how close you need them. Take the palms flat down. You can also put blocks underneath your hands if you feel like the floor is not so great. The hands slide forward, guys. So the chest lifts even more forward. Yeah, forward with the arms, feet in. Good, you're gonna stay like this. It's an amended boat. Soften the shoulders down the back. Draw your navel to the back of your spine and let your chest just kind of broaden. So then from here, lift your legs up, draw the thigh bones towards you. You can be on tented fingertips. Yeah, the thighs draw towards you, the chest lifts. Good. This is all isometric ab work. Keep the hands either flat or tented. Start to slide towards an Ardha Navasana. Now, as you hover the ground, this doesn't feel great. Lift the legs up to a 90-degree angle. Practice scooping up your belly. Scoop it out. So everything's lifted pretty much up off the ground, except your lower back is down. The hands are still touching the floor. Good. So my legs are going to hover here, but you choose what you need. My right leg's going to bend into a 90-degree angle. My left leg is hovering. My neck is long. My belly's scooped out. My hands are pressing towards something. My right leg slides forward. Pause. My left leg bends in, 90-degree angle or so. My left leg slides forward. One more time each side. My right leg bends in. My right leg extends forward. Slow. My left leg bends in. My left leg extends forward. Good. Hold here. 5 breaths. Exhale the breath. Lower everything to the floor. Just let it fall. Bend your legs in half. Fingertips skim the backs of your heels. Lift the tailbone. Clasp the hands for bridge or supported bridge. So reminding you, if you're going to go for the block, make sure the block is on the flat part of your back. Good. You can clasp your hands around the block, cuff open the chest. Yeah, good. And then you want to feel cupping of your shoulder blades. Perfect. The thighs turn down, the feet ground. And the head is nice and neutral. If you're on a block, you can stay. If not, exhale the breath, come out for a moment. Let your tailbone drop to the floor. Take a big breath in, take a big breath out. Moving on to a full wheel, if that's in your practice. If not, stay as you are. Flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest, take a giant breath in, and on that exhale breath, lift yourself up. If you're just on a block, hang there. You can also practice lifting one leg, maybe the other leg, so both legs can extend up. It's kind of like legs up the wall. Really nice. Kristen, it looks great. Turn your feet a little bit more forward, turn your thighs under you, and then the lift comes from the tailbone to the backs of your knees. So you're evenly dispersed between your arms and your legs. Exhale the breath, come out with control. If you're on a block or doing something else, just stay. Take a breath in, you're gonna do one more. Take a breath out. Final one, might as well. Nothing to lose. Flip the palms, bring the chin to the chest, take a giant breath in, exhale that breath, lift yourself up. Stay for another breath. If your legs are straight up, bend them in half, take the feet to the floor. If you're up in a full wheel, come out with control. Once everybody's feet are back down, the blocks move out from underneath you, your tailbone drops to the ground. Your feet go wide, your knees knock in. That's it. From here, extend your left leg straight forward, draw your right knee firmly in towards your chest, and then just take your right leg over to the left, just for a very basic supine twist. Cactus the right arm. You can look a little right. Good. Roll to center. Just relax the right leg. Feel the length of it. Hug the left knee and give it a little squeeze. And then take the left leg over to the right. Left arm cactuses. Come to center. Squeeze both knees in really tight. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then on the exhale breath, extend the legs straight out. Turn the feet out, turn the palms open. The most important part of the practice is rest. Shavasana. Set yourself up here. If you have blocks, you can place them underneath your thighs, such as this. If you have a bolster or something you want to put underneath your head, do that. Yeah. Good. Palms face up. Perfect. Yeah, use the bolster underneath the thighs. Let everything go. And just be still for the next minute or so. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Complete it with a full breath out. Arms reach up over the top of your head, a full stretch. Hug your knees to your chest and a big squeeze in. And in your own time, in your own way, you move yourself up to a seated position where you could just sit up really tall. Try to resist opening your eyes. Just bring your hands to a prayer. Find some closure with this practice. Bow your head, have some gratitude. Enjoy the feeling, lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Really nice work, good practice. Enjoy the last bit of the summer days. And I'll